Last time we explored the theory on how tannins could influence fish behaviour, but what I want to know is it actually noticeable when we put it to the test? So I set up a fish tank, added tannins and tracked every reaction my fish made over 3 weeks.
Alright, we are finally ready to get this set up. So I've been waiting a few weeks now for this tank to cycle, and it's all set up now. It's all good, ready to put fish in it. It's really cool as well because the water is sort of stained blue, and this is from using like Tetra's water conditioner. And I think because it hasn't got anything to absorb the color into, it's kind of just left the water like a really cool white, a really cool blue, sorry. Yeah, it looks kind of sciencey, so I like that. All we've got set up in terms of equipment is a little heater just to keep the water nice and warm. A little light from All Pint Solutions, I believe this was, and a little hang-on filter just so we've got some sort of mechanical filtration there for the fish. The tank has been set up for a few weeks, like I said. We are ready to go. What we're going to do is put some fish in it. I'm going to use cardinal tetras for this one because they sort of naturally come from environments that have softer water and common with tannins from, say, like South America. So if we're going to see any kind of behaviors change from the fish, these are going to be the type of ones that will do it for us. I'm going to take the fish out of one of the tanks in the shed here. I've got cardinal tetras in quite a few, so we're going to take them from the same tank though, so that the group of tetras that we have are all from the same group, and they were all purchased from the same fish shop, so we don't need to worry about having different fish from different shops. So we keep the experiment a little more neutral, if you know what I mean. So the idea is that we're going to take 4 fish, so then we've got a basis for behavioral changes. If you've got one, then that could just be a rare fish. I mean, you get a lot of people often say in the hobby, oh, I had a fish years ago who used to have these conditions and he was happy for years. So if we've got 4, for example, then we should be able to see 4 different fish behave in 4 different ways, hopefully. And the idea is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fish in, leave them for a week to settle in their home, and then we're going to study the week after that by placing an item into the tank, keeping the water clear as well, and seeing how they behave to, say, a piece of Lego in there. That's what I'm going to use as my example, and see how they react to it. So if they're swimming to it, if they're engaging with it, or if they're just hiding the other side of the tank away from it. And then the second week, we're going to add a ton of tannins into the tank, make the water all brown, and then we're going to observe for another week their fish's behavior then and see if it changes. Do they sort of go towards the block? Do they swim around the tank more? Are they swimming higher? Are they swimming lower? That type of thing. So we can get like a little bit of an experiment going to see what kind of behaviors that we get from these fish in different types of conditions. So I'm really excited about it. Without further ado, let's get the fish in. Okay, after quite a lot of faffing and trying to catch these fish, we finally have 4 cardinal tetras in here. They seem to be, well, first of all, they darted right underneath the heater here, and as you can see, just having a few more in there. They're sort of bunched together and they're very low at the tank, which probably indicates that they feel threatened and a bit worried. I would say once they start swimming around to the top of the tank and around the middle, that's probably when you notice sort of calm behavior, but they're hiding right behind that heater at the moment. So what we're going to do today is the 1st of October. If I can get my watch to show you, the 1st of October there, Wednesday. And what we're going to do is we're going to give it a week, let these guys settle in, and then I will come back to it once we start the experiment. Additionally, what I'm hoping to do is get different perspectives of different days, if I can as well, so different times and stuff like that, just to sort of observe if they're different in the mornings to the afternoon, maybe when the lights are off and on. We shall see how we get on. Doesn't time fly? It is now the 9th. I don't know if you can see that on my watch there. So we are exactly 1 week, or just over a week, since we last looked at the aquarium. Now, I have some Lego bricks here. I stole them from my son's room, so don't tell him. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to pop them into the tank, probably over this side, and observe the behavior for another week. Okay, so before we get started, one thing I've observed over the last week or so is that these tetras tend to spend most of their time in the left-hand side, sometimes on the right, but mainly towards the bottom, slightly towards the middle. So you can see that they're sort of hovering around the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Lego bricks in and observe their behavior. So I'm hoping that this sinks, and knowing my luck, it'll probably bounce right back to the top. Well, that was a fun experience. So I think I was a bit overzealous putting too many blocks together. Obviously air gets trapped between the Lego bricks, so this is the best I could do. I thought I'd put a few in there, like 3 bricks, just so that we've got a bit of a measurement, because maybe one, the fish wouldn't notice so much, but I mean, obviously I've been putting my hand in, so naturally the fish are going to hide up behind the heater there. But it's going to be interesting to see now if they swim over to the other side, or if they stay well clear of the bricks. And yeah, we'll keep observing it over the next week or so. I'll try and give daily sort of update videos on how it's going, and then we'll add the tannins of the week after. All right, guys, it is the 14th of October now, so 2 days since the last video. And as you can see, look, the tetras are still huddled up in the left corner. They don't seem to be going anywhere near the Lego bricks. I must admit, I have came in to feed the fish, and they have sort of occasionally swam over to that side, but as you can see, they don't seem to stand there for very long. Now, yeah, obviously I've been in the shed room, the fish room here, or the shed, for a little while, and they don't seem to have moved over. So yeah, just a little update, but yeah, so far, still the same. All right, everyone, it's been a couple of days. I've got the lights off in the shed at the moment, so it's pitch black, and I just thought I'd observe some behavior of the fish. Now, they're still sort of relatively staying at the bottom of the tank. This is the first time, I think it's because they've spotted me coming in for food, but this is the first time I've seen them move over to the right hand side. Last couple of days I've come in, they tend to be over to the left, but yeah, it seems like they're still staying to the bottom of the tank, which is interesting. I've not seen them yet swimming anywhere more than sort of like slightly near the middle, but yeah, mostly over to the side. So the date today, if I can get my watch to come up, is the 12th. So yeah, 2 days on, and yeah, this is the behavior so far. All right, everyone, it is now, you can't see on my phone, but it's the 16th of October now, and we are ready to put the tannins into the tank. Now, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see the fish are sort of relatively swimming at the bottom there. They're a little bit more comfortable now. You can see that they are going a bit more towards the Lego brick sometimes, but yeah, they tend to sort of keep towards the bottom of the tank as well. So what we've got now is this, a whole jug full of botanicals. So this is all the brown tannins that have been leached from some cantaba leaves in here, and some alder cones as well. So we've got a really nice deep dark brown there to be able to put into the aquarium. The idea is to fill it up and see if any of the behaviors change really, and see if the fish swim more towards the top, or if they stay where they are, if they're more engaged with the Lego bricks that are in there, that sort of thing. So let's flip the camera and get to it. All right, part 2 of the experiment is now about to begin. So we've added the tannins. You can see it's that nice brown tea-stained look now. So what we're going to do is observe the behavior of the fish now for another week and see if there's any differences. All right, everyone, it is Sunday, the 19th of October. I have just walked into my shed here, and look at this, look how active the fish are. They're swimming around, but they seem to be a bit more sprightly when they're swimming around. They're definitely more over to the middle of the tank and on the right hand side. You could argue that they're swimming a bit more higher up now as well, which is absolutely fantastic and fascinating to see. Now, I could have just come in at a pure, just sudden chance that they feel very comfortable now, but I think the one thing that I've definitely observed here is, look, they seem to be more active when swimming. Amazing to see, look. You can see all of them swimming around more rapidly. Now, the lights are off in my shed, as you can see, and I just walked in. So, I mean, you could say maybe that they've noticed that someone's walked in, so they think about feeding. But I haven't seen this since I have started this experiment with these fish. So it's an interesting development, to be honest. And look, yeah, they're definitely swimming a lot more higher up the tank, which is amazing.
Okay, it's Monday the 20th. I have just literally got home from the gym, and just thought I'd stick my head into the fish room, and yeah, look, they're still very active, still swimming to the right hand side, more confident near the Lego bricks, and yeah, sort of seem to be swimming a bit more active as well.
Okay, it is the 21st on the Tuesday, and just an update, you can see the fish are behaving more actively again. Now again, this could be because they think that I'm about to feed them, so they're swimming around a bit more lively, but they have been doing this like every time I've checked, sort of actively moving a bit more. You can see a bit more sort of patterned behavior where they're sort of swimming around, which is quite nice, a bit more active. Obviously the colors sort of show up a lot better in Tannins as well. And look, they're spending more time confidently going across to the Lego bricks there, so they don't seem to be as fazed by them. So yeah, fantastic progress. So this experiment shows that tannins don't just change the look of the water, they really do change how fish interact. They're more active, more confident, and even react differently to foreign objects like those red Lego bricks. Anyone knows me know I'm no scientist, so take this as you will. But in my real world experiment, this confirms what I've always believed. Tannins have real behavioral benefits, and that's why I love recreating natural setups for my fish. But it does raise a new question. If fish act differently in tannin-rich water, does this mean that they also communicate differently? Or maybe that's a question for another video.